Thursday, October 31st, 10:20 p.m.
Hey, it's Ryan again. I'm getting used to the cold, but it's still pretty rough. There's a draft coming through the hole in the roof because those spider things ripped apart my patch. They're in here with me now, and of course the trunk. Whatever's in the trunk is like a freezer unit, you know? It just chills everything around it anyway. I've been hearing the bone spider things moving around in the dark for a while, and I heard a lot of shuffling and things moving. It was pretty freaky. I'm sure it was meant to make me feel terrified. I don't think the thing in the trunk lets any chance to make me miserable slip past it, but when my captor allowed my phone to have power again, I decided to use the flashlight function, you know, to see what the fuck the spiders are up to. And it looked to me the spiders were collecting all the items that I had scattered around the room, you know, everything that fell out of my bag, the stuff from Mr. Briggs' briefcase that I had tossed aside. They had gathered everything and looked like they were sorting the stuff into piles, which is weird. I didn't get a chance to watch them for long because my friend in the trunk did not like me using the flashlight and expressed his displeasure, which resulted in me having a lot more bruises. So I'm just sticking to calling you and doing what it makes clear it wants me to do. No more coloring outside of the lines. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna calm down. Alright. Oh god, no. You're fucking with me now. In the glow of this cell phone light, I can see one of the spider things is using what's left of Mr. Briggs' shriveled head as a kind of hermit crab shell as it's scuttling around with no other purpose, it seems, but to let me see that that's what it's doing. Fuck you. All right. Yeah, I'm getting to it. All right. God, just back off. I got Mr. Briggs' briefcase open, and by phone light, I'm rummaging through. There's a lot of documents in here. I guess our host, I don't know what, my captor wants me to read these documents to you. I took a little bit of time to skim them already till the thing in the trunk ran out of patience. That everything in here is labeled property of the Fulton estate for internal use only. Reading this shit would take hours, and our friend in the box here is pretty impatient, so I'm not an attorney, but let me tell you what this looks like to me. Theodore Fulton, the nemesis. And I remember that name. That was Eloise's brother, you know, Siegfried's wife's brother. Theodore Fulton was the brother-in-law who thought Siegfried was,
Fulton will be made to pay.
A murderer.
Death will not save him forever, Theodore Fulton.
So, Theodore Fulton owned this house, apparently. This was his place. He handed down his entire estate, this house included, to his 3 sons. And when the sons passed away, the estate was turned over to the grandsons, and so on. And so long as the beneficiaries performed the required duties of the estate and lived in the house, which was also a requirement, they were allowed to live off of a substantial amount of money that was generated from an investment fund started by Theodore Fulton way back when. It looks like their only job here was to perform a ritual to maintain the sigils up here. There are very specific instructions and drawings and diagrams on how to maintain all of the symbols on the trunk and in the pentagram to keep whatever's in the box from escaping. So at this point, I know all this hocus pocus crap is real, but it's still pretty amazing to me that any of the attorneys were able to make this stick. It didn't get contested. I guess they all believed in it. It looks like the last person to live here was Paul Fulton. He was the last Fulton in Theodore's bloodline. He died in 2012. Here's another document. There's a letter from the trust to Mr. Briggs saying they had a very hard time locating you, Angela Barnes, as a beneficiary due to undocumented name changes in your family. There's also a lot in here about you fighting successfully to overturn the trust's requirement to maintain the sigils and perform the rituals on the grounds of religious beliefs. Religious beliefs, really, Angela? You won your legal battle there back in May, and it was the beginning of July when you had Mr. Briggs first approach the parole board with the release proposal you had in mind with me coming to work for you with all the bullshit about closure and healing and how I may have been a victim in all of this myself. None of which you believed. Jesus Christ. I always knew you were Machiavelli. Oh, hey, back off! Jesus Christ. You want me to keep reading this crap? All right, fine. Our friend here is getting a little impatient, Angela. Well, there's a family tree here on one of these pages. Look, I'm doing my best, all right? I don't know how to read this shit. I'm gonna need a bit of...
Thursday, October 31st, 10:44 p.m.
Hey, I'm back. So, we're looking at this family tree lineage chart thing. See, it starts off saying that Stella Solomon, Siegfried and Eloise's daughter, Eloise abducted her in 1922. She changed her name a few times. Margaret Bailey was one name she used. Ursula Compton was the name she had when she got married, okay? And then her name changed to Ursula Oshinsky. So Stella, aka Ursula Oshinsky, had a daughter who was born in 1943 and died in 2018. And the daughter's name was Jane Oshinsky, but she married and her name changed to Jane Coppola. Oh, jeez. And Jane Coppola had a daughter named Angela Coppola who was married, and her name became Angela Barnes, motherfucker.
Blood is the key.
Oh, shit. So Siegfried's not your uncle, Angela. Your great-great-uncle was Theodore Fulton, brother of Eloise Solomon. So, the sensational Siegfried Solomon murdering magician was your great-great-grandfather. Their daughter Stella was your grandmother. Holy shit.
Blood is the key.
The thing in the box wants you to know... You want me to read this? So according to this list, Edith Barnes, Edie, your daughter, is the last of the Solomon bloodline.
Remember, all contracts are final. There is no reneging. Contract deal. Remember, pact.
Oh my God, I remember what I wrote. One message it had me write where I didn't use ink, I used my own blood. And I wrote in concentric circles. I was asking over and over again, that the thing in the trunk help Edie to walk again. And Angela, you asked it the same thing, didn't you? You asked it, but you didn't come here yourself, did you? You were chicken shit. Yeah, there's some things you wouldn't even do for your own daughter, right? No, you sent me. You sent me and you knew I loved her and you knew I would make the same promise. It made me forget. It made me forget that I asked it and it laughed.
Remember it. Know this, Ryan. Know this. We share these thoughts. We share these memories.
That's not all you asked for either, is it? You asked the thing in the box. The same thing I asked. To heal Edie, but you asked it to make me suffer for what happened to her. You asked it to put me through hell. And it did, didn't it? It came through on the deal. And I promised as payment it could take whatever it wanted from me. What did you promise it, Angela? You've got money, but I don't think the thing in the box wants money. The trunk just pushed some of my tools toward me. The bolt cutters, the claw hammer, the crowbar, and looks like my blacklight. You want me to open you up, don't you? You want me to cut my way into the trunk. And this is part of my payment, so you'll help Edie. Okay. This may take a while. I'll call back.